Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fashion Nation. Oh my god, I'm making liver and onions, but I have all this other stuff. And the best way to do it is cast iron. Now, if you know, when I used to go to Aldi all the time, I picked up this cast iron. That's a lid and a skillet. They're both clean, they've been seasoned. So, I know this might seem weird to a lot of people, and make sure you use real butter, by the way. Jalapenos, onion, a zucchini. I'm using a yellow one, obviously. And I'm going to use some garden tomatoes. One of his friends gave garden tomatoes. It was actually clean. So anything that looks like gross, it's. Oh wait, did I get that out? Oh no, I gotta finish washing that one. My bad. So that's not a bruise. That was actually just dirt. And I'll cut that part off. These are garden. Remember that. So, okay, you know the pan lids for those foil pans, and you might not actually use the lid because you don't need it. Put that aside. This is one of those less mess situations. So I'm going to put some seasoning in here. And then I'm going to put the beef liver in there and let that sit while I'm finishing the veg and herb chopping up part. No, I'm not bringing my thing out here today, so it's still a cooking video and I haven't done one in a while. So in here, I'm just going to start with a couple of tablespoons. I'm just using a regular one. I don't care. And be careful with this from the Dollar Tree because it does have salt. So although I don't like cooking with salt, I will only use it up because I'm just going to use it up. So that wasn't even a tablespoon or a teaspoon. That was maybe a half a teaspoon. Kind of shows that around. And here's the great thing about how these come. These are individually wrapped. There's 4 per packet. Now, I remember when they used to be like way, way bigger, and I don't know, you got a lot more way back then. If you know, you know. So I'm going to get these out. Okay, so I basically put more of the chicken broth on this because of how Rob has to eat right now. I can't do too much. Butter in the cast iron, absolutely. What I will do is go ahead and chop up some of this. Rob called me while I was like filming, so editing. Anyway, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do, make sure that the handle of your cast iron is far enough away from the, I mean, this is a tall girl. So this is going to go ahead and soak that up even more while I'm cutting this and that. I might not actually use the tomatoes, but at least they're washed. Now, I've gone ahead and I did take the seed out. I've gone ahead and just put like a little handful in there, right? And just, that's what you want to do right now. I know you're like, where's the onion? Well, I will just put a little bit of onion down in there. At this point, you're looking for the aromatics off of the spice. An onion is considered to be a spice like a jalapeno. So I'm going to go ahead and get a new tinsel out, help me with the process. I don't know what Rob did with my other ones. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead, this is butter. It's going to get that flavor right up in there. There. Turn this up a little bit more. I had this on a low setting. Gotta wipe this down again. Anyway. And then what we're going to go ahead and do at this point is zhuzh that around. A little bit more. This is cast iron. I'm not doing no pick and flip, you know, scoop and flip. That's not happening today. I can do that with my lighter pans and that's fine. Now that this has had enough time to sit over here in the seasonings and everything, just dredge it in that. Now you're not having to use your common flour ratio seasoning dredge. You're just using nothing but a protein dredge with this. It's not 11 herbs in crisis. Now, I can only fit 3 in there at a time, which is fine. That gives this one over here some more time to just sit in what's left of that. So, yum, yum. And after I flip this, because I'm going to put the lid on, but after I flip this, then I will start adding everything else in there, especially because like that's going to absorb a lot of what's left in the pan. Sorry about that going quick like that. I do apologize. Anyway, be back. Okay, this is ready to turn. Don't forget to have your glove. These are handy, especially after last year when I accidentally burnt my fingers. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna turn these. And over here, I at least cut up one of those tomatoes. I cut up the larger one. Oh, I took a few little nibbles. This is so good. Anyway, this looks fabulous. So, like I said, that's the one thing about this lid. It is also a skillet, so it's very versatile. Do I like this cast iron set? Yes. Right now, the kitchen smells like old school cookie. Like somebody's grandmom's house. So I went ahead, skidded around that last piece in there. And then after that one's mostly cooked, I decided to take out an ear of white corn. And I'm going to add that in with this because that will bring out another aromatic flavor. Okay, well that's all cooked enough to now I can just start putting in the veg. Let me take off that glove. So the first thing I'm going to do is drop one more pat in there of butter. I'm going to add in my corn. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest in. That's pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and just stir this a bit and put the lid on it. Next thing in the pot is real balsamic vinegar. Make sure it's from Italy. This is not, anybody else's way of doing this. I didn't put too much in there. 3. Anyway, yeah, that's what's in there. Then I'm going to lid this to like pretty. This house smells great. Anyway, so I'm gonna put the lid on this and let this simmer. I put a little water in there, steam to help all the flavor come together. You can use a beef broth stock to help with that, or a vegetable broth stock. Yes, I do. I know I use chicken to season with, but that is a whole different kind of thing of yumminess. So let's let this simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's time. It is time to take the lid off. And turn it down too. So get this turned down on a lower heat. Oh my god. The house smells amazing. Now, if you want to know at the side of this, or if you just want to put it on it, I would recommend beaver horseradish. It comes from Oregon. And it's really good because of the volcanic soil out there. So, yeah, let me check this. I had to get some plates out. Gotta have the good plates for this stuff. That's my son's plate. And then this one's my plate. So, I'll meet you at the table. Let's see what Rob thinks. He always says he doesn't like liver and onion. But today's having it my way. Okay, now that we're here at the table, Rob's honest opinion on what do you think? There's one more piece in there for you. Is it tender enough? It's tender enough you can cut it with a fork. That's what he's doing. If you need a knife, you need a knife. No? Anyway, this is a way that if you have to be gluten-free also, you can be gluten-free. I mean, there are gluten-free flours out there for you to use, which I love. Mmm. This is one of my best ones of liver and onion. I'm gonna take a bite of liver. Hold on. And then here's my bite. Oh my god, that was so good. What do you think, Steve? Mmm. Delicious, nutritious, cooked in cast iron. Mmm. That is so like melty. Rob never thought that he would eat liver. What's your thoughts now? Will you eat it?
I'm just gonna add to Army because I know what they've been feeding for steak now.
Yeah, but this don't taste like army steak. Just better than that.
The texture is the same.
Yeah. But theirs are tough and mine's all buttery melt in your mouth. Anyway, so this meal, like I said, it's nutritious, it's delicious, and it can also make you stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. And I'll see you in the next one. Yay, a cooking video.